morning, everyone, and welcome to the Todd and Erin noon thing. I know what you're saying. You're saying, I wonder if they got their Burning Man tickets. The answer would be, yeah.
We're going. We're very excited.
I'm going to grow dreadlocks. Yeah.
No, I don't picture that at all on you.
A friend of mine, ours, put up a video. If you remember, like it's late at night and you should go to bed, but you can't because you're starving, and all you can think of is what do you have to eat.
She can't go out.
And Chris, our friend, put up a video of cooking Tostitos.
He was very scientific and serious about his Tostitos.
He was just. It was like
it
was live and it was late at night, and so I thought, well, I should do an ode to him. I should retaliate somehow.
I think so.
And so we're going to start the show off with late night cooking with Todd, and this is entitled "Stuffed Shells."
That sounds fancy.
It does. Enjoy. And that is early in the morning.
You were desperate, weren't you?
People have noodles. They have them sitting in their fridge, and this is a perfect way to use them. I know.
Okay.
You're saying, hey, what are you going to put on the noodles? And I said, more importantly, what are you going to put inside the noodles? Cheese whiz.
No, you did not use squeezed canned cheese. It's cheese in a can.
Wait for it.
That is really disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It's more or less.
At 1 a.m, it's delicious.
Uh-huh.
Everything is delicious at 1 a.m. Matter of fact, when you get up the next morning, you look at the plate and you can't believe what you've done.
That's really troubling. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even know we had squeezed.
We bought it for
cheese.
that joke thing we were doing with our friend.
Uh-huh.
Close up.
Oh, it's extruded food going basically into another extruded food. So it's.
It's probably a little bit much.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So
Wow.
we got them stuffed.
Yeah, I think it's best to hide them under as much tomato
We're going
sauce
Italian.
as possible.
How about some cheese?
Probably Italian-esque.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not actually
Mexican cheese.
Yeah, actually, the entire country might forbid us to ever enter there because of this.
Simple, easy to eat, quick to eat.
Okay.
Nuke for 4 minutes. And voila.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Wait.
What?
Here comes the look and the steam.
Ooh, it looks so tantalizing.
But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
It's missing something.
What?
It's not gourmet unless you, boom, put a little parsley on it.
Really?
Yeah. Delicious? I think so. At 1 o'clock in the morning, think of the things you ate. I ate, actually, when I was in college, a Tang sandwich.
I actually got so poor at one point that all we could afford, you could get a whole case of macaroni and cheese
Right.
for $5.
Yeah.
And so we made macaroni and cheese pancakes. We made macaroni and cheese small slices that were like bread, and then we would put like more molten macaroni and cheese between it. Yeah, we were.
It's just sad.
It's
just
what you
sad.
have in the house. And let's be honest, sometimes at 1 o'clock in the morning, you really shouldn't be driving. So it's not like you can go out to like 7-Eleven and pick something up. So you have to use
Improvise.
your creativity.
Erin, when she's hungry and stuff, she'll open the refrigerator door and she'll look in and just take a very deep sigh. Because nothing is cooked already. And if nothing is cooked, that means you would have to...
I would have to actually assemble a raw
Cook
food
it,
item
yeah.
and prepare it on my own. And I thought traditionally you didn't want me to do that anymore after the big fire incident in March.
And the warped pans. You know there's 2 big cauliflower in the crisper, right?
I did not know that.
You have to look farther than the top 3 shelves. The refrigerator has many compartments.
Yeah, but the things in the crisper tend to stay there for a while, and after a while you try to open it, and whatever's in there starts chuckling and reaches back out for you.
Because you don't look there. Anyway.
I'll be better. Well, that was very creative, and it was 2 kinds of cheese, so that could be considered a specialty item.
Yeah. You know what we need? We need an English person.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we happen to have a British expatriate that works here. Isn't that handy?
Get her over here. Oh, Daisy. Yes. I do.
Please, dearest.
Here I come.
You sit
I
right.
can have a chair.
Sit right here. I'll take that one.
Why are you picking up a British accent? She's British.
I know, I can't help it.
He does this all the
Sit
time.
down right here.
It's horrible.
I'll sit there.
Right.
I thought that those noodles with cheese inside looked
Right.
great before they came out of the microwave.
And
Yeah, it was
I didn't.
extruded food into an extruded food, which has got to be a specialty.
We didn't make you eat it too.
See?
I ate spam for you guys.
Yes, you
know.
did, sister, and I love you with all my heart.
No,
I'm
and you
very
touched
short
a spider. And you touched a spider.
I know you
Did.
did,
I
didn't you?
did. Oh, that was crazy.
I am
All
very
right.
proud of how brave you are.
Yeah, we've come a long way.
I know, right? That's
And
gonna
our
be amazing.
countries have bonded.
They have bonded
Like
so
peas in
much.
a pod.
Yep, peas
but
in a pod.
Still, you do have some phrasing and stuff that we're concerned about.
Yes, apparently so. This is funny.
My
isn't
personal
it?
favorite, though, is when you had to explain why certain businesses were forbidden certain business names in England that we had, that were relatively benign, and then you started laughing uproariously.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was good too.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so this is from a British expat in England, in New York City, and I guess he has a terrible time communicating sometimes, like when he's at a grocery store, a specialty shop, or wherever.
Okay.
Okay. Number one in the UK. A biscuit here is like biscuits and gravy. It's a nice big fluffy like round bread, muffin type item,
Like a
except for it's not
scone.
sweet.
And once you eat
me.
it, it sits in your stomach like cement.
Pretty much, yeah.
It gives you energy, and you won't poop for a year.
Now, a biscuit in the UK is what though?
It's like a little disc of biscuitiness with maybe chocolate on it, like a digestive, or maybe a bit of.
Excuse me.
Wait, why does it call it a digestive?
A what?
I'll bring digestives in so you can try them. They're biscuits.
That sounds so.
Why are they
No, they're
called?
so good.
It
Why
sounds
are they
so
called that?
stern,
Totally
though.
random name. Totally random
Yeah.
name. But a biscuit is about this.
Right.
About that around and about that thick. So you have to eat like 4 of them to
Are
be.
you dipping in your tea?
Yeah, dipping in the tea.
Now, are these cookies? Are they considered cookies?
Yes, but then they're usually more. They're a bit like cookies here. Oh my gosh! If you buy a cookie, it's like as big as your head.
Right.
Here.
I know, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and in England, biscuits are quite small. They're like this big, and you buy them in a packet, like a
Right. A tube.
tube of a biscuit.
So it's like Pringles, except for it's biscuits, cookie biscuit things.
Yeah, they're sweet. They're
All
not
right.
savory.
So here we read the article, and we see the word pants.
Yes.
And that's like, hey, I really like your pants.
I'd be like, you can't see my pants.
And we
They're
would say,
under
what-
my trousers.
Wait, what? So what are pants then?
Well, pants and knickers are the same
Well,
thing.
okay, so I was about to go, yeah, because I thought underwear were knickers.
Yeah.
And so okay, so
or
it's,
pants.
So if you go sans pants,
Sans pants.
Here.
And fanny pack as well. Remember we talked about that? That was bad.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
all right. So if you're saying okay, yeah, what do you do? What do you call it? If because we call it going en naturel here if you're not wearing underwear, so pants. So what do you call it if you're not wearing pants in Britain?
I actually think that there's not a phrase for that because no British person would
Would do
ever
that.
do that.
Yeah.
We would never, like, whenever people say that, especially girls here, they're like, oh, I'm, going commando, and I'm like, I want to die.
That would be very yeah.
The
I'm
only
with you
time,
kind of on that
the
one.
only time I do it is when you're at the laundromat. You know that no one in the place is wearing underwear. 'cause
Right.
It's all in the wash.
And that I think we
Right?
can all forgive. That seems
Yes,
reasonable.
definitely.
It's a
but-
one-time
Okay,
thing.
a jumper. Now I had an argument with Todd over this. What is a jumper?
Oh, it's a sweater.
So it's always a sweater. It can't just be a shirt. It's always a sweater.
No, it's not a shirt, and this is not really a jumper either. This would be a hoodie in
Okay,
England
because it zips up. Okay.
Same here.
I mean, that is almost a jumper, but a jumper is like, like a knitted woolen.
Okay, wait a minute.
so
Like a
sweaterish.
sweat. Like
so
yeah.
what's
okay.
a cozy then?
A cozy is a tea cozy.
I thought it was a sweater.
No. If you said I'm gonna get the cozy, it would be your tea
Right.
cozy to put on your teapot
To hold the pot warm.
to keep the
it
pot warm. Yeah.
Okay, I can understand. Now this one I think is obvious, but if someone still doesn't know this one, David Beckham plays what?
Football.
Thank you. And here in America,
We call it.
the NFL is considered football, but
Yeah.
here we're called soccer.
Soccer. Yeah.
The rest of the world essentially is football.
Yes, definitely.
So that's not even British. That's just the rest of the world, and that's being stubborn. It's
Yeah.
like the metric system. We won't do that either.
Yeah. Oh no,
Okay.
it's definitely football. Yeah.
Why are we the only country that doesn't have the metric system?
You know, they gave a huge push on that when I was in elementary
I
school.
was in school doing this, and
It's
they were
like,
like,
swear to God, we're doing metrics. Here it
and
is. You're all
and
going to
it's
do
by
it.
tens, and you're like, oh, that makes total sense.
Seems
and then they just
logical.
went Forget it.
Did they just give up? They were
They
like,
did.
no,
They
it's
literally
not gonna
did.
It was like 6th grade. They went, screw it.
Why? Because they thought,
It's like, well, when I was in school, they taught us French. That was going to be the international language.
yeah.
Well, it is an elegant language.
No, international language, business.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
No, I thought Mandarin Chinese was the international business language.
Maybe it is now,
Is
but
that true?
I think it's English and Mandarin, not the regular Chinese, but Mandarin because it's higher caste. Yeah.
who could talk that?
And it's
who,
also incredibly difficult to learn.
Oh, okay. So you know that if someone's learned it, their brain.
Yeah.
who was our ambassador?
John Huntsman.
Huntsman.
Yes,
He-
he
he
knows. He
actually-
knows Mandarin.
That's crazy.
Oh, I bet.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a smart monkey. We kind of
Yeah.
expect that of him, really.
All right.
Well, we kind of drifted off course, but I do
little
feel
bit.
better now because I was a little confused about some of this, and now it makes more sense. The biscuit thing, especially, I'm not sure how it turned
Digestible.
into that.
I don't get
I'm
that.
going to bring in a packet of biscuits.
But if when you say digestive, it sounds like it's an Alka-Seltzer. or
I know,
something.
and it just
And
makes
it's
no.
Eric
And
Combs, you know?
as far as I know, I'll Google this, but as far as I know, the name is completely random. It's not
Okay.
like it helps you digest or anything. It's just delicious. But they're called digestives, and then you can get chocolate digestives.
It's like a probiotic.
Yeah. And
Right.
yeah.
All right.
It doesn't have any nutritional value.
That's interesting.
And the other one that was funny, Todd's like, off you go, but I just have one more. So lion was a confusing one for Jay when we first
Like,
got together, because I'd say, so if it was a weekend morning, right, I'd be like, I think I'll have a bit of a lion tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd be like, he thought I was saying lion.
What do you want to do with
What,
the lion?
what do you mean you want a lion? Like a morning lion? Like what does that mean? And it's so instead of saying sleep in, we would say lie in.
We're having a
But then
lion.
you say it fast. So like,
Okay.
let's have a lion.
Oh, and takeout is not takeout. It's
Take away.
why is it takeaway? The takeout. Well, no, I guess essentially
Because
it's
you're
really
taking
the
it
same
away
thing.
from the.
We'd be taking it out of the store, but you'd be taking it away. So essentially, it's really the
I
same.
think actually that you could do both, because you would take it out of the store and then you take it away to your home, right?
true.
So see how
It's true.
it all fits.
And they all say we speak the same language.
Oh no.
So
I
it's
know.
really different. All right, you're gonna take.
All right, thank you,
I'm gonna
love.
take this chair.
All right, Daisy's
Take that.
Daisy's coming back for the weekend information, but first she's got to go.
Make sure you pull the door too.
I'll pull the door too.
She taught me that one. Pull the door too. It's like closing the door. We have to give her time for her to climb the 4 flights of stairs to get to the newsroom.
Okay, well then what I will tell you that is coming up, the coolest story about a teacher in Ghana who was absolutely determined that his students would learn computer coding. But there was one tiny problem.
What?
He had no computer. And he wrote these incredibly intricate diagrams. We'll tell you about it next. It's pretty cool. All right, Daisy is in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She's brought to you by Always Black Friday, where it is 75% off every day. 12th Street in Ogden. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Look, bad things happen to good people, but you can still get back on your feet and have a reliable automobile by going to utahcreditapproval.com, usually within one day. And also by All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. This is a great time to get your swamp cooler or your air conditioner checked to make sure you're ready for the warm weather at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Thursday, March 29th on GephartDaily.com. A Joab County man has been arrested for the aggravated murder of 2 teenagers missing since late December. 41-year-old Gerald William Bourne is facing charges of murder, kidnapping, and use of a deadly weapon in the deaths of Riley Powell and his girlfriend, Breezy Otterson. He's been booked into the Utah County Jail. The bodies of the couple are believed to have been found Thursday deep in an abandoned mine in Utah County. According to court documents, their bodies were found with the hands bound and with knife wounds. The probable cause statement indicates Bourne, who has a lengthy criminal history, may have killed the teens out of jealousy after they visited his girlfriend without him being present. An LDS man has confessed to sexually abusing 4 small children he met through his ward in McKinney, Texas, officials there say. 22-year-old Noel Young Anderson admitted to abusing the children ages 2 through 6 over the past 7 years, officials from the Collins County Sheriff's Office say. Anderson's assignments included serving as a primary teacher to preteen children. Anderson is being held on $100,000 bail. LDS church officials responded to Texas media saying any kind of abuse is offensive to God and is sinful and wrong. It cannot be tolerated in the church. And Salt Lake City fire officials responded to the scene of a downtown building late Wednesday afternoon after a female construction worker fell between 20 and 40 feet. The accident happened near 150 North and 400 West. A spokeswoman for the fire department confirmed the woman suffered an extreme fall and said the victim was taken to the Intermountain Medical Center in an unknown condition. Gebhardt Daily will update the story as information becomes available. And time now for a look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by our wonderful sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's most amazing audio-visual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the long-lasting ceramic car wash, with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. After snow this weekend, the Wasatch Front is edging up towards springtime weather in time for the holiday weekend. After a high in the low 60s today, we can expect upper 60s and maybe even lower 70s starting Friday and continuing well into next week. So kids can hunt for the Easter Bunny's eggs without freezing their own tails off. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GebhardtDaily.com. For now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Daisy. Welcome back to the Todd and Erin morning, whatever.
You know, I was kind of checking a little bit nervously on the weather because we're doing the grand opening for Magic Wash up in South Ogden on Saturday.
I know, right?
And I was kind of like, this has to be good. This has to be good. No one's going to come if it snows.
Right.
And no, it's going to be good, so I'm very excited. South Ogden, it's 60 south, 1550 east.
Brand new.
We would love to have you come by. We're going to be there from 11 to 1, I believe. And for the first 10 people who come by and say hi, I've got month passes for you.
A month.
Free washes for an entire month.
A month.
Which I'm totally excited about.
I will wash it every single day.
And so we're going to do a little comparison because James, the owner, is like totally psyched about this. He has what he calls a ceramic finish because he mixes everything all
it's like
cool
it keeps the car clean longer.
Sheets off the dirt. So you're going to get your truck cleaned at some crappy place, and I'm going to get mine done at Magic Wash, and then we're going to see which one stays cleaner longer.
I wonder which one will do that. Todd's crappy car.
I will tell you this. I think we're going to have to bring the kids because Zoe will never forgive me if she can't go through the wash on the cool conveyor belt with all the colors and the lights.
And the smells. It's like flowers. Guyana. You got a teacher.
So anyway, we would love to see you on Saturday. Please come and join us. Ghana.
Ghana. What did I say? Guyana.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Aura Hadish is a 33-year-old educator from Ghana. He teaches a middle school computer science class.
Hey, dude.
This is in Kumasi.
Yeah.
Now, here's a problem. The school is not equipped with any computers.
Excuse me. Am I...
Yes.
Am I looking at the chalkboard right? Is the screen for a computer?
They do not have any computers, and he has written incredibly, intricately detailed illustrations of what the computer coding and the computer work would look like.
So he could... What?
He spends hours before class every day drawing the detailed diagrams of different computer programs on the blackboard. And he's been teaching lessons like this for the last 6 years. He said, look, there aren't any schools in the region that have computers, but when these kids get out of school, if they can write code or they can do computer programming.
Just like Windows.
You just automatically.
Excel.
Yeah, you just automatically got them a job.
That is crazy.
And so this is so sweet. He posted his drawings, a picture of his drawings on Facebook, and of course, it went viral.
Yeah.
Now, here's the cool part. It's a startlingly accurate depiction of Microsoft Office. I mean, ridiculously perfect. And not only that, it caught the attention of Microsoft. Because they went, holy crap, we can't believe that you can do this. So the first thing they did is they flew him out to an international educators conference in Singapore, which was his first time out of Ghana, as you would imagine.
Nice.
And he gave a lecture about his teaching methods to the Education Exchange, and he was given a standing ovation from members of over 91 countries. And then, of course, after that, he said everyone was saying, this is so inspiring.
Here it comes.
We have to do something. So
Yes,
Microsoft,
sir.
once again, walked through it, and they have distributed 4 computers to every single school in that region of Ghana, so that he now at least has a laptop, and they included projectors so that he could actually put it up on the wall and show them, even if they couldn't get their hands on one instantly. But now each
Take
school has
turns.
4. Isn't that incredible?
There you go.
He says,
I can't believe
and
you drew that.
And he's so sweet. He goes, well, something very positive has come out of this, so I'm very happy. Very understated. He goes, we no longer have to use the chalkboard. We will have computers, so I'm very pleased. I just love him. I mean,
Hey, we want to give you a quick reminder. Tomorrow we're drawing for the Christopher's giveaway.
yeah.
And so this is, you got to sign up now. You have to.
Yeah, you want to win tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you and 3 people can go to Christopher's Prime Steakhouse and Grill, and on us. And you just go and have a good time, talk to your friends, talk to your wife.
Eat amazing food.
Find out what her name is, or bring your parents and suck up to get on the wheel. It's all good. All you have to do is...
Just mention Christopher somewhere on Facebook. It doesn't matter really when you're watching this. We draw every Friday. But basically, if you're on the Todd and Erin Facebook page, hi, welcome. We're so glad to hear you. Yes, Rhonda, you're totally in the drawing. Just mention it there, Christopher's. If you're on the Gephardt Daily or Gephardt Approved pages, just once again mention Christopher's, or you like steak or moo. I don't really care.
All right.
And then you're in the drawing.
All right, so what are you going to do this weekend? I know we got Easter coming up on Sunday, but what are you going to do the rest of the week? Well, Friday, Saturday, what's going on? Daisy and Erin are going to fill you in, and that is coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com any time of the day or night? Well, we're back. It's the afternoon mountain cam now, Daisy.
Oh, it's so confusing, isn't it?
Still brought to you by Brio Technologies,
Yeah.
your experts in lighting, sound, and video. You can go to brioaudiovisual.com for more information. But it's time for the weekend stuff.
Oh, and it's Easter. Where did that creep up from?
I know. And isn't it general conference as well?
I think it is general conference as well. Does that usually
Try
happen
to
on
avoid
Easter?
Temple Square. Never. That's why I'm kind of shocked. But this Easter crept up on us. I haven't even decorated. There's no montage.
I always think of Easter as being like the mid to
Yeah.
end of April, right?
There's some squirrely arcane method that they do, and I remember just once before it ended up in March based on however they did it.
Yeah. How
So-
in the world do they do it?
I'm not clear. I'd have to go look it back up again because I'm not sure. Although one thing, this is so important. If you do want to do the Easter egg hunts, we do the exhaustive list, which is why I have bloody stumps for fingers, of every single Easter egg hunt along the Wasatch Front. And there's some where they do hot air balloons and they drop the eggs. There's some where you dive underwater to get the eggs. Yeah. And what I love is there's 3 or 4 different ones that for kids with special needs, maybe they need extra help, or maybe they need a different, more accessible way to do it. So there's really cool ones.
Oh, amazing.
And there's 2 that are actually in the snow up on the ski slopes. So we can ski, stop, eat a pee, ski some more. So it's going to be very creative.
It's here. And the weather's going to be nice.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys do for Easter?
Well, on Good Friday, you have to have hot cross buns.
Oh, of course.
Which are so good. And
the meaning of those is obvious, I'm assuming.
They have a cross. I mean, but everyone eats them. I mean, I'm not religious, but it's traditional. You have to eat your hot cross buns.
Okay, sure.
So I think from living here now for a lot of years, I've discovered that Harmon's has the best hot cross buns.
Oh, this is good to know. And they're not, by the way, they're not sponsoring this, and sadly, we feel bad about that.
No,
you should, Harmon's,
no.
but no, not.
And then I think Backers has hot cross buns.
Backers,
you know that one that's up by on South Temple.
South Temple, in East Street.
But if you have a hot cross bun vendor that you like, put it on the page.
We're on Facebook right now, so share it if you would.
Yeah, I'd always like a good, and of course London Market is closed now, so you can't get your buns from there.
I don't understand that. It survived for so long, and then it just suddenly up and went away.
I know, it was weird, wasn't it? So yeah, Friday we do that. You just, that's all you do, basically, your hot cross buns. And then Sunday, I think it's pretty much the same. You know, people go to church and then do their egg hunts. And we even have the same eggs now.
Interesting.
Because Cadbury Cream Eggs are originally out of England.
Oh, those are delicious.
You know what was funny? My mum sent me this article about how much sugar is in a cream egg. And my mind exploded because, so there's this cream egg, right?
Just before you continue, I just want to see if you noticed the tone in her voice when she said, Cadbury eggs actually come from England. Kind of an ownership thing. I gotta leave that.
They were invented by the Queen.
I am willing to offer them to you. I feel that you should take ownership of said Cadbury eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she sent me this article, and it's like, okay, so here's the Cadbury cream egg, right? And here's the pile of sugar that this is the amount of sugar in the cream egg. And my brain exploded because I was like, okay, that's the size of the cream egg, and the pile of sugar is bigger than the egg. And I have blonde moments every now and then, and I'm like, am I being super blonde, or does this not make sense that the pile of sugar is bigger than the egg itself?
Well, if taken in a literal sense, it would seem surprising. I understand that.
Right, 'cause
until you
how
figure
do
out
you
the
get-
sugar dissolves, and yeah, of
How
course.
do you get that big pile of sugar in the fairly small egg?
You know what? I'm willing to face that big pile of sugar because Cadbury came up with a caramel egg, and that's when they had me. I was screwed because
That's exactly what I said to
chocolate
my mom.
not my favorite thing, but once there was caramel, it was like dive. I mean, no,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
screwed. Yeah.
And the other thing that's funny in England, maybe it's here, but the whole advertising campaign for Cadbury's Cream Eggs was, how do you eat yours? A bit like, how do you eat your gingerbread man?
Sure.
Because it's like, do you bite the top off and then like tip the creamy stuff into your mouth, or do you cut the top off, or do you just take a big old bite out of it and get some creamy stuff, or it's like many different ways. Or I suppose you could like drill a hole in the bottom and then like just mainline the cream, or
The cream is so incredibly sweet. I think you could only have a little bit of it before you'd have to rest. And that's coming from me who there's nothing I can't consume. So it's, yeah.
is the caramel the same, that is it the same kind of like
Consistency?
that you could tip it into your mouth?
Oh, a cool one now. Kinder Surprise.
Oh, I love
The Kinder Surprises are now in America, so you can purchase them for Easter. This is our first year of
And they
Kinder
were banned,
Surprises.
weren't they, for a while?
It was very unfair. Well, yeah, because they were saying there's a surprise in there, and if the kid pops the whole thing in their mouth, they can choke. Well, you would have to be a very determined toddler to get that whole thing in your mouth.
because they're in a plastic like
You would
eggy
have to
type
really
thing.
be invested in swallowing that sucker whole, and there's not really a way.
Well, and also there's not that many parents who would be like, hey, here's a Kinder Egg, put the whole thing in your mouth and like wander off and have a mimosa. I mean, that would,
You actually don't want to bank on that, because after this many years in radio and doing big events, I would guarantee there are parents that stupid. So-
Although I will say with with Kinder Eggs, we love Kinder Eggs as much as the kids do. So anytime like my nephew had a Kinder Egg or whatever, we'd all be like clustered around being like,
What's it say?
oh my gosh, could it be that amazing caterpillar that you got once? Or like, oh, they're so good,
I know, it's really sick. We
prizes.
just like totally got suckered into every marketing thing, didn't we?
I know.
We just like dove in. We didn't even ask to be, to enter. That we were there.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about Easter events at all, but that's okay,
That
right?
was still good. But anyway, you can check on that on our Facebook page, and it'll also be up on Gephardt Daily on the Todd and Erin page if you want to check out the complete exhaustive list of Easter egg hunts.
Amazing.
And they do start today, a Thursday, so you want to get moving. Many of them are free if you cost a little bit.
And kids are off school right now, right?
Yeah, so they're ready. They're like primed. It's
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
All right, well, let's plan some other stuff that they can be doing right now. City Blocks is a new exhibit at the Leonardo. It's made from Lego bricks. I know, what a shock, right? And they do some unbelievably things. They have builds of historic or interesting buildings like the Salt Lake Temple in Legos, downtown public library, even the Leonardo. That's pretty impressive.
That's cool.
I know, right? So admission is $8.95 to $12.95, and they usually have these big tables. I think they still do, of just scads and scads of Legos where you can create your own little designs and everything if you get
Yeah.
inspired.
And mom and dad can step on Legos and get
Pretty much, it'll be just like
30
home.
feet.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Oh, that sounds good. Is that going on for a while?
Yeah,
or-
the Lego. I know the Leonardo usually keeps an exhibit for at least 2 months,
Yeah.
so we should be happy there. But yeah, I can't even picture the Salt Lake Temple out of Legos.
I know, that would be hard to make, wouldn't it?
Although I guess it's possible.
Little Lego Angel Moroni.
No way are you going to do that.
It would be all like
Seriously?
clunky because Legos are square, aren't they? So it wouldn't be very sort of fluid. But
Oh, that's so awesome. I love. Oh, and this is one actually you talked about last summer, but I thought it was cool because now that it's actually warm enough to go, it's going to be 70 degrees on Saturday. The Pedal Provo Ghost Tours, they are starting back up again. And they actually are beginning this weekend. They start at Provo Cemetery, and basically you're riding around Provo, stopping at various haunted and historical locations, and then they tell you a really good story about something creepy that happened.
And it seems like Provo would be quite a creepy, ghosty town.
You know what? It really actually is. And Provo Canyon is extra super spooky. I used to run up that when I lived down there, and it's super, super spooky.
Really?
There was a lot of weird deaths and Indian things and legends and Bridalveil Falls and falling, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh.
So they have a fairly vivid canvas to paint with.
So that's
Right?
on Saturday night?
So that's starting, it's starting this Saturday. The
Okay.
first one is at 9 p.m. So, actually, I lied. It starts March 30th. So that is tomorrow. So you can start that
okay.
now. Okay, cool.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'd like to do that.
All right. Now, you actually, of course, always have the most epic stuff, and I've just accepted that because you're Daisy.
Yeah, well, I had to pop the family band into my events for the weekend.
Of course.
This is cool, right? Because we all know Jay's band, The Vitals, right? My hubby's in a band with his family and our family, and
They're
that's
awesome.
fab.
They play a little of everything.
Yeah, they're super good. But they are playing at the garage this weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And they haven't done that yet, so we're very excited about that.
Now, the garage, no, you say it again,
Garage.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Garage.
I'm sorry. When we interviewed the Cure, I made them say garage like 800 times.
Did they do it?
Yeah, they did it. And finally, he said, "I'm going to hang up if you don't stop." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I just love how it sounds." But this is interesting because if you have ever gone on the exit that goes up to Capitol Hill off I-15, there is all the oil refineries, and then there was this one vile, hideous bar called the Jimax Lounge.
Jimax?
That's what it was called. And it was terrifying. Just passing by, you felt vaguely unclean. Well, the people who turned it into the
Garage.
came in and they redecorated, they redesigned everything,
Yeah.
put everything in. They put in this killer chef, and literally you see cars lining both sides
Yeah.
of that highway every single day now.
I'm going to completely get an Uber.
So it's going to be fun.
So it's Saturday night at 8, and they have amazing food. I looked at the menu already, and there's
And you would not expect that. The killer chef at
yeah,
a place plot by the refineries, but it's
things
incredible.
like funeral potato, like a twist on funeral potatoes,
yeah.
and yummy sort of. I think they have like yummy sort of things like tater tots and things like that. And there's a big patio, and it's just really fun. And I think it's going to be quite a fun, busy night. So.
That's very cool.
And that's the night before Easter, so that's a great plan, right? So you go out to the bar, have a great time, and then on Sunday when you're all hungover, you can
Put yourself in your Sunday dress and you go sit in church with your head hurting. Yeah, it'll be great.
Say, sorry, Jesus, I got drunk last night. Something like that.
I'm sure that's not autobiographical for Daisy at all.
Absolutely not, because I wouldn't be in church. No, actually, I probably should go to church.
Never mind. No, you're already an angel. Okay, so what else is going on?
Yeah, so the other thing is, so that's Saturday night, but then also...
Hey, what church do you go to? With a hangover in your butt.
That church that's kind of up on that one street.
Okay, yeah, that one. Oh,
that
okay.
one.
All right.
With the windows, Mm-hmm.
Sure, sweetheart. I'm going to go with that.
Then on Sunday, so after church, you can go to... Have you ever heard of this bunny hop that takes place at the garage? This is also at the garage.
No, what is it?
So they've done 8 of these now, and there's this DJ called Jesse Walker, and it's basically like an all-day event, and it's $10, but the $10 is a donation. It benefits the International Rescue Committee.
Oh, that's
which
wonderful.
is amazing. And then basically you go and there's different DJs and a brunch buffet and a charity raffle, and you can hunt for eggs, maybe grown-up eggs. I don't know. They might have like little mini bottles or something in them.
Oh, that's so
But
funny.
it's like Easter for adults.
Oh, I love that.
So if you want a really party weekend, you can go and see the Vitals on Saturday night and then go back to the garage on Sunday and continue your revelry.
Well, and the children are sleeping off the sugar coma, so really you got some free time by Sunday afternoon.
And I think that goes something like 10 till 8. It's pretty, it's a good chunk of the day.
Very fun.
And then the other thing that I picked, which is super cool, and I bet some people will have seen ads for this on TV, the Dragon Lights at Utah State Fair Park. Have you seen...
I don't think I have.
There's been some TV ads on for these.
So it's actually like a light display, like you might see like zoo lights up at local zoo, but it's dragons?
Exactly. So it goes through May 6th, and it's basically, a sort of celebration of Chinese culture.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And they showed like aerial shots in the ads for it, and it seems like there's 39 custom-built illuminated exhibits.
That's really cool.
And I think they're kind of all over the fair park. And then Chinese food and performances as dance and like acrobatic performances.
Man,
and
we
that
have to
kind
do
of thing.
that.
So it sounds super cool. And it's going through May 6th.
That's wonderful because I'd seen it, but I had no real idea. I thought, are they doing Japanese, like the floating lanterns or what? But no, this is so much cooler.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I think it's like $12 through $18, so not super expensive. And I think if you just Google it, you could, or I'll put a link. But there's a website where you can buy tickets and stuff. But seeing that the weather is quite nice now, I think it
perfect,
goes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering now. The one thing I didn't check is I would assume it's just in the evenings.
Because it wouldn't be really useful during the day.
Probably wouldn't be daytime, would it?
No,
I'll have a
assume.
look, and I'll put that on Facebook. But yeah, so loads of fun things
I know.
this weekend.
You clever creature. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, that one sounds fun.
All right, so you've got a busy weekend ahead, all kinds of cool Easter-based things, or if you want nothing to do with Easter whatsoever, there are also some awesome things to do. And don't forget to look for Daisy's links for the Dragon Lights and the Vitals. I think you should put that up too.
Yeah, I will.
And I'll get up the Easter egg hunt list so you can check wherever you are along the Wasatch Front. I'll have something for you.
Yippee.
Wait, look at us. We're like almost organized and stuff.
Right?
I'm feeling kind of better about
Almost
myself.
organized is great.
Almost. We're this close. Not there, but kind of.
Yeah, kind of there.
All right, coming up next, this is going to be a lot of fun. We have the strangest proposal from Utah State Legislature, and it should only cost like $50 million, so that's good. We'll explain. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Well, welcome back. It is the Todd and Erin afternoon thing, and we're now at Hollywood Connection, which is brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. You know what? They're 24/7 emergency service. These guys are amazing. Just go to Utah Heating and Cooling, and you can find out more information there. Okay, the Roseanne thing. Did you see this? I mean, holy crap.
I didn't see the show. It premiered, right?
Yeah, ABC. It premiered on Tuesday night.
Right.
And apparently it did so well, and Roseanne is a big Trump supporter in the first show.
She plays that.
And he actually tweeted to her telling her, thank you very much, really liked the show. She was really happy about that. The projections were insane. They had 18.2 million total viewers for the debut, which is even 10% more viewers than the original series finale 21 years ago.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty amazing.
21 years ago?
Can you believe it? So it's a huge thing. I mean, Matt, just majestically huge for her. So I'm very excited. I hope they bring back the loose meat sandwich stand they had, because I was always drawn to that.
The loose meat sandwich stand?
Don't you remember she and her husband went into business and they had a loose meat sandwich stand, which I think are like Sloppy Joe's.
Wasn't there a Clooney thing here?
Well, it was pretty sad. I guess that when she was going through the list of all the people that she wanted to bring back on the show, like Johnny Galecki, all the originals, the original cast members, and she said George Clooney, because you may remember he had that long, curly hair back then.
He had that bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so she even contacted him, and I thought, well, he lives in Italy, and maybe that's not it.
He's married.
And he actually
busy.
did send her back a very nice note saying, yeah, I can't, I'm sorry, which was nice.
Yeah.
But I frankly didn't think he would. But she was quite sad about that. But nonetheless, insanely good ratings.
Now, here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do they really want to keep doing it?
Oh, wasn't that the plan, though? They at least do a season and see what they thought?
There is a show, Jerry Seinfeld does it, and it's on Netflix, and it's called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. And it's just really slapdash. I mean, it's just really just loose and fun, and he has people on, and they were talking to people like Jon Stewart or David Letterman. He did it with Obama. He's done all these things, and it's really interesting. And who was the guest But they'd both done long series, and he said, we were good up to the 9th season. And
I think that was Jon Stewart, because when he finished The Daily Show, he's like, I can't do
he
anymore.
just said the last 4 years were just dun, 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 dun. And Seinfeld said the same thing. He said, we were good at 9, but that last group of years were just so tough. And so my question is, have they forgotten how much work it was? They already have enough money, I think.
It was 21 years ago.
21, they've forgotten. And they're old.
And the thing that's interesting, though, they had a really powerful younger viewing section. They had really good numbers in younger viewers, the 1834s.
Nostalgic, yeah.
But that really shocked me, because they really weren't even technically around to see the first one.
They weren't watching with their parents?
Yeah, well, not if you're 18 and it's been 21 years ago.
That's crazy. 21 years.
Now, this is really cool. If you're a Trekkie like me, then or a Trekker, excuse me. A Trekker is much more authentic than a Trekkie.
I could see the protests outside this building now.
I'm a Trekker. Well, here's the deal. Leonard Nimoy would have celebrated his 87th birthday on Monday.
Right.
Well, this was really sweet. Terry Farrell is from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. She was the really cute one who had the little dots down the side of her face. In any case, she married the actor's son, Adam Nimoy, on Monday to, number one, honor his father.
That's him.
Does he look like Leonard to you? Kind of when he smiles with the eyes a bit.
His ears are different.
Really?
And his eyebrows don't sweep up.
Really?
You mean he's not real?
I'm very sorry.
That's cool, though. That's cool.
They got married at City Hall on what would have been the actor's 87th birthday in San Francisco.
Nice.
And she changed her Twitter profile to Mrs. Adam Nimoy. Isn't that adorable, though?
That is cool.
I thought that was such a cool connection.
Hey, before we move on, I want
Nothing But Cakes.
Nothing But Cakes. We want to tell you about that because you have an opportunity to stuff your face with Nothing But Cakes.
See, this is why I love April. She's now celebrating her 10th anniversary of Nothing But Cakes in Sandy, which just amazes me. That's 10389 South State Street in Sandy, just east of the Southtown Mall. And people have come and gone, and there's been places that have tried to copy her, but after 10 years, she's the goddess, she's the queen. And one of the things is there's massive amounts of cake, which is always a big plus with me. So the day of, which is going to be Saturday, the 7th, I'm going to be there. The first 50 people in line are getting a number, so when they make a purchase, they get a punch card for a free buntlet a month for a year.
Oh, that's so good.
Buy one, get one free buntlets all day, 25% off retail, which are all the really cool cake stands and the gloves and all the amazing stuff she has. And light refreshments for fun. There's a big balloon thing. It's going to be amazing. So we will be there, of course, and it's April and it's cake.
Come anyway.
It's cake,
even though we're there.
Cream cheese
please.
frosting, and it's not like you care about anything else, so I don't even have to tell you anything.
Erin would buy the frosting in a bucket with a big shovel and eat it.
If I was allowed, I would have done it.
She would do that
well
whole thing.
before now.
All right, so information is coming up. Information national headlines. Am I correct?
You are, and of course, it is brought to you by Fink & McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you will find ridiculous amounts of information about all the things they can do for you, various mortgage options, and someone will call you back within the next business day. Also by the Vein Clinic, go to theveinclinic.com. You can register for a consultation. I did mine at the Riverton Clinic, got rid of varicose veins on my leg that was pain-free, and I could see the results in 2 days versus like 6 weeks being wrapped up. And of course, by Always Black Friday, 30 to 75% off every day. Daisy, my dear, what is going on?
Todd and Erin, here's what's making national and world news headlines on Thursday, March 29th on Gebhardt Daily. The National Rifle Association has received an increase of donations in the days after 17 people were killed in the mass shooting at Florida High School last month, according to the Federal Election Commission data. In January, the month before the shooting, the NRA received $248,000 in individual contributions, CNN reported. In February, the month of the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, the NRA's donations more than tripled to $779,000. An increased interest in stronger gun control measures may have spurred donations to open their wallets, but it also may be a seasonal thing since donations increased between winter to spring in 2017. Russia has expressed support for the summit between leaders of China and North Korea, but says it's unlikely that President Vladimir Putin could meet soon with the reclusive Kim Jong-un. Russia did confirm the government is working closely with China to bring a solution to the Korean Peninsula crisis, which encompasses North Korea's nuclear weapons development and South Korea and U.S. military maneuvers. Russia and China have condemned North Korean weapons, but have also claimed Seoul and Washington have contributed to tensions with military drills and the deployment of U.S. missile defense on the peninsula. And North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un made a state visit to Beijing, China on Tuesday, but it may be his wife, Ri Sol-ju, who made an impression on the masses. The South China Morning Post reported Wednesday that Chinese online communities admired Ri's looks and compared her to China's First Lady, Peng Luan, who was photographed with her. One social media user commented that Ri had a powerful presence and looked more beautiful than Peng. And several reportedly posted that Ri looked as pretty as Song Hye-kyo, a South Korean actress popular in China for her beauty. Beijing authorities appear to have removed the post from social media, the news agency reported. And time now for the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by our distinguished sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's top audio-visual specialists, and also by our brand new friends at Magic Wash, home of the ceramic car wash with outlets in Layton and South Ogden. Wasatch Front weather will mostly be sunny and dry through the weekend. After today, temperatures climb into the upper 60s and low 70s, and the chances of rain ranges stay at 10% or less through the middle of next week. That means you're safe to parade in your Easter bonnet without fear of raindrops and drizzle, so enjoy your holiday fashion statement. That's it for now. For more news across the nation and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. For now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thanks, Daisy. You know what? You know what's your next job's going to be sprinklers. 70 degrees on Sunday. Are you kidding me?
I know.
So you're going to need that plumbing. You're going to need some plumbing. Maybe need to put in some new areas. You need to take care of stuff. All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air can take care of that, whether it's inside your house, outside your house. The water's supposed to stay certain places, supposed to stay right there. If it doesn't, give them a call. Go online, allutahplumbing.com.
Okay, now what is this about? I know how expensive home rates are here in Utah now. And for a lot of people, they're like, this is craziness. I'm not sure I can afford anything. This is so much worse.
This is my favorite story of the month.
No.
Yes.
Explain.
So isn't yesterday's favorite story. They just keep getting better and better. Miami.
Okay, they have ridiculous real estate rates. It's true.
San Francisco.
Also ridiculous. Silicon Valley, insane.
Phoenix.
We're more than Phoenix.
New York City. Mm-hmm. All have higher rates than Miami does.
Really?
But an average starting teacher makes $43,000 for the first year, now, which is a lot more than I believe Utah has.
Well, it's about $10,000 more, but you also have to remember the cost of living in Miami. And this is not even real estate. This is food and taxes and living expenses. It's ridiculously high.
What we're talking about is rent, dear. Okay, so they figured out when they took the sampling and they looked at the apartments and they looked at it like a very meager 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom, that it would take 2/3 of their earnings to have a place to live.
This isn't highly motivating to become an educator. I mean, seriously.
What was that number I told you? 70% dropout rate for the first 3 years of new teachers in Utah. Wow.
We're not helping them.
Maybe they don't like being paid nothing. Just a thought. So basically what they did is they said, well, you know what? Why don't we build apartments?
Okay, that seems logical. So, yeah, we'll do maybe subsidized housing, teacher apartments. That's something the legislature could...
At the school.
Wait, what?
At school.
Okay. Todd's going to cough, so I'm going to pick this up so I can see what he was talking about. I'll be damned. Sorry for swearing. The county has a new plan to build apartments on school property and let the faculty live there. The preliminary proposal includes constructing a new mid-rise middle school in the area, a floor devoted to residential units, so it's literally inside the school, and then several more reserved for parking and classrooms on top. So if that goes well, the Miami-Dade wants a full-fledged housing complex that's going to go next to 3 of the elementary schools in the same area, with the 300 apartments going up on the campus just north of downtown. Wow, that's amazing. And living on site, that's amazing.
Oh man, they just like.
Now you're contagious.
Sorry, they're like, okay, hey, while you're living here, can you sweep the hallways? There's a wet cleanup on floor 3.
I think it's brilliant, but on the other hand, it's like you live where you work. And I'm sorry, I've seen the teachers at my daughter's elementary school, and it's like when it's 3 o'clock and the buzzer rings, they're like,
"You're gone.
Get out!
You're
now."
gone."
You know, I'm sure they love our kids. I know they do, but you know what it's like. And you would like never be able to leave.
Mm-hmm. And there is
But it is a better option than homelessness. So there's that.
Your homeless teacher.
Isn't that ironic?
Sitting there grading papers under the viaduct. That's just like, you know,
that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Johnny got a B. There is an answer to this, and it's called pay them more.
That would be helpful.
They spend more time with their kids than you do.
It's pretty scary, isn't it?
It is pretty scary. You think about that. That is pretty scary. It's a scary thing. And so, obviously, my dad was a teacher, so I'm angry about this.
So you know all about eating chicken faces for dinner.
A lot of ground beef, yeah. But anyway, so there you go.
That is the most interesting thing.
Isn't that sad, though?
Well, it's creative. I've got to be honest. It's creative. At least they're coming up with an option, because most developmental plans take, about 5 years to get all the permits and everything. But if you're doing it on the school grounds where that section of it is under control by the board, that's...
Plus, you get to use the tetherball thing and then Foursquare.
Anytime
and you
want.
can use the soccer field and the baseball diamond. See?
There's always that.
And then you shower in the gym. Ew. So we're the slimy teenagers. Ew. Rescue over the weekend.
Boy, this was dramatic, too. This poor man.
Paragliders. You ever think of doing that? Paragliding. Her brother does it. If you ever seen the videos of these, it's the rectangle chutes. And they got a new thing. It's called speed gliding or something like that. And they get on this really steep hill and they get going. And they come down about 10 feet off the ground and navigate down the hillside, down the rocks and trees. And they're just like...
You've done this before, right?
No.
I've done it.
Wouldn't be a fan.
I've done it a couple of times tandem, and I don't think there was ever a moment that I actually wanted to be that close to the earth.
You probably did the fixed wing one.
Mm-hmm, I did.
Yeah, and that's the problem that this gentleman had.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he was actually we have video on this, don't we?
Search and rescue was there?
Search and rescue. Do you know they're all volunteer? Costs about $500 to get all their equipment.
That's pretty amazing.
I know, right? So here's the situation. Happened at 5:41 p.m. In the Granger Peak area, which is about 6,800 feet. Here, watch the heroes work.
Wow. Foothills east of Salt Lake.
They had a witness.
Intermountain Life Flight.
They had a witness who said his wing collapsed.
Oh,
which
man,
I'm not a
that's
technical
not good.
person, but
that sounds problematic.
You're screwed.
Wow. So do they know what his condition is? I mean, how does he look?
Actually, they have not posted it yet. But he got off the mountain at about 8:30 that night.
There's the sling dropping.
Oh, man. They can just pluck you out of nowhere.
Oh, my gosh.
Right?
I just wonder how long he was there on that face, just sitting there going, I think all of my body is broken. And that's the part that always scares me, because you think about the rescue and you're certainly
just
grateful,
the wash.
but it's like, how long were you there?
Just the wash from the helicopter blades. It's like, well, we're going to go home
It's
then.
certainly better than trying to pack you out by foot. Oh, yeah, look at that.
There goes some gear.
It's still better
So,
than being in
okay,
terrible
so
pain.
Search and rescue, right? Above and beyond. Again, taking care of people.
And do we know his condition now?
No.
Prep for a flight to a local hospital.
Right.
And, yeah, it's not yet being released.
Not bad for a wing collapsing.
Wow, and there he goes. And you know this man's like, just get me to a
Get me
hospital,
out.
please.
This is the best flying I've done all day.
Ironically, yeah, right?
Seriously, right? Wow. All right.
That's edgy.
You
That's
think?
really edgy.
Hey, the government official says some of them have come up with the best idea. Because who doesn't want to spend $50 million on something not important? It's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Todd and Erin Noon Thing. Every once in a while a bill comes along that is just fascinating. It makes your mind say, why didn't we think of that before, right?
Oh, yeah, right?
And so basically they came up, and the UTA, Utah Transit Authority, they've had a couple rough things in management and stuff. The trains are working pretty good. The buses are working pretty good. So all that's they're fairly reliable, for the most part. And it's always seemed to be a management thing and a being transparent thing and what the hell are you doing over there thing.
I also have to say one thing. I was looking at the story. Salt Lake Tribune, the word lose, when you're losing something, is L-O-S-E. When you write it L-O-O-S-E, that is loose, like you let a sparrow loose. It's the Salt Lake Tribune. I'm a little disappointed you did not catch that one. Okay, moving on.
Spelling Nazi.
No, on stuff like that, it's a newspaper. You're supposed to be a spelling Nazi.
Okay.
All right, well, here's the deal. And
Wait, I want to tell the deal.
Okay, you tell it.
So they said, okay, we have a little shake up here, but we think we got it taken care of. And one guy says, we should call it something different and rebrand it as something else. Okay, let me just point one thing out. The trains, it doesn't matter what you call them because they're on rails and they're always there at the same time. So it doesn't matter if it's called UTA because you're going to go to where your train is, or what do they want to call it?
they think that really the logical thing is it should be called Transit District Utah.
What is that?
Why would you do that?
Live life elevated.
Does it make any more sense than Utah Transit Authority?
No, why would you change it? And first of all, it's going to cost about $28 million.
As much as $50 million. This is from the UTA themselves saying
Right.
to rebrand buses, trains, and buildings, as well as a public relations effort and as well as things like stationery.
Right.
Really?
Painting the trains, the buses,
And
getting
Governor
new
Herbert-
uniforms, new patches, just because they
and the
thi-
stationery.
and the stationery. That's big.
Okay, so let's review. Even Governor Herbert said this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my
This is the
entire
stupidest
life.
thing we've ever heard of in our entire life.
This is Senate Bill 136, and once again, they are demanding that we provide $50 million, and that would come from us. You all know that. Just so they can change their name from Utah Transit Authority to Transit
TDU.
District Utah.
It sounds like an infection in your body someplace.
Doesn't that sound like a tetanus shot or
You
something?
need a couple shots and some salve to get rid of.
What could be the possible logic behind this?
There's still trains, there's still buses.
Is there anyone on Facebook? Well, everyone knows what UTA is. Everyone knows that's the public transportation. It's not like it's a big shock to anyone. And how would you know that it was anything different by Transit District Utah?
I can't even say it.
I guess I'm questioning, where did this even logically come from?
I don't know.
And is
I
there
would like
anyone on
to-
Facebook who could actually tell me that you agree with that or you understand it?
First, I would like to
Oh,
address...
Tanya says, well, what else would we do with our budget? That would be sarcasm.
Right.
April says, why does it cost $50 million to change a name? Well, once again, April, you have to remember it's the stationery.
And painting.
And embroidering the new names
the
on
new
the
name
shirts.
on your shirt.
Yeah, so that's...
it's very expensive. Could use it for education, couldn't we?
No,
Buy
no,
some
don't
pencils,
be
buy
silly.
some paper.
What are you thinking of?
Whee! Do have some comments on Facebook about the cooking I did at the beginning of the show, and someone was referring to it as drunk cooking, and that's not what I was doing. Sure, it's 1 a.m, but you get hungry, and just in case you missed it the first time, we're going to say goodbye. Go. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Enjoy the cheese in a can.
And we'll see you Friday, right here on the Todd and Erin. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.